ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning and welcome in. It is 5 o'clock. You got Rachel and Carson with you. Ryan and Kate are off for the rest of the week. It is Wednesday, February 18th, and I feel like whenever you fill in, it's a busy day.
Weather's always terrible, right?
Yeah, like what's happening?
I know. And today, keeping that trend going, Rachel,
Okay.
no different as we both saw driving in this morning. Pretty dense fog out there. You want to make sure you take it slow this morning for sure. There you see live on Tower Cam, a foggy view over downtown Syracuse. At the airport, visibility actually up just a little bit to 2.5 miles there. Half a mile of visibility, though, at this hour down in Cortland as we take a look at those numbers. 2 miles of visibility over in Ithaca. So make sure, again, you take it slow. Dense fog advisories posted through about sunrise this morning, even though some of that fog could linger beyond that point. Radar picture in terms of precipitation right now. Not much going on near and east of I-81, but west of Syracuse out to Rochester in particular, starting to roll into the western and central Finger Lakes. A little bit of light rain and even some light freezing rain as well. More precipitation where that came from getting set to roll on in as our next system moves in heading through today. Temperature-wise right now, a little below freezing up toward Redfield, Camden, and Woodgate where we expect mainly snow today. Mid-30s though, places like Fayetteville over toward Jordan. Look at Burdett already in the upper 30s at this hour. We showed you this just a moment ago. Here's kind of the breakdown for today. A little rain, a little snow, mix of precipitation at times near and south and east of Syracuse toward Cazenovia, Hamilton, Norwich, Oneonta. Could pick up a trace to an inch or two of snow as precipitation transitions to mainly snow later this evening as we find that widespread precip kind of taper toward midnight. Mainly snow continues though as this precipitation overspreads the area midday through the afternoon north of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario, where 2 to 5 inches of snow are possible toward this evening. Mainly rain though toward the Finger Lakes, Ithaca, Cortland. Could find some freezing rain hang out a little bit longer, so icy conditions with 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch of ice near and west of Sodus, in particular out toward Rochester. So busy weather forecast for today. We'll show you the timecast coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, I know ambulance is coming, but I got 5 injured here.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
5:12 is the time on this Wednesday morning. Another live look here from the zoo on our Cadby Skynet 9 camera over toward the Syracuse skyline. We do have some areas of dense fog in and around the Syracuse area, really across much of central New York this morning. 2.5 miles of visibility at the airport in Syracuse. That visibility gets reduced even more when you travel out to Skinny Atlas, 1.5 miles there, down to a 1/2 mile of visibility in Cortland, 1/4 mile of visibility because of that dense fog at this hour down in Norwich. Dense fog advisories posted through around or just after sunrise this morning. So bottom line, make sure you take it slow. Visibility greatly reduced over the next couple of hours. Temperature-wise right now, 30 up in Redfield, 31 in Camden and Woodgate. Temperatures below freezing there. And at those cooler spots right now, expected to stay just cool enough to see mainly snow showers as our precipitation rolls in heading through today. Mid-30s from Fayetteville down toward Jordan. Look at Burdett, 37 degrees at this hour. Anticipating a high around 36 or so here in Syracuse for today with a little light rain or freezing rain this morning, giving way to mainly rain showers, I think, as we head through the midday in the afternoon. But that's going to be a fine line between that rain, snow cutoff here as we head through the day. We'll show you that on Timecast in just a moment. Highs close to 40 then over the next couple of days for Thursday and Friday. Back in the mid-30s Saturday. Temperatures turning much cooler, though, heading into next week. Already starting to find some of that light rain and even some areas of light freezing rain develop near and mainly west of Syracuse at this point. More widespread precipitation getting set to roll in toward the Buffalo area right now. That'll move into Syracuse and central New York, and more widespread persistent precipitation as we head through the midday in the afternoon. By 7 a.m., though, a few scattered light rain and freezing rain showers here across central New York, especially near and south of Syracuse. Watch out for some slick spots here during the morning commute. May even be a little bit of snow just north of the thruway here by 7 a.m. As we head into the midday in the afternoon, here in Syracuse, we should transition over to mainly rain, especially for areas south and southwest of Syracuse out toward the Finger Lakes. A little freezing rain may persist, though, along the south shore of Lake Ontario, with mainly just snow showers north of the thruway, east of Lake Ontario. That'll continue to remain the case in terms of the setup of precipitation types heading through most of this afternoon. But as we head toward the evening commute, while that snow could be a little moderate to heavy at times north of Syracuse, a little snow could start to mix in here in Syracuse and even point point south as we head into this evening as temperatures start to drop. But as that transition over to mainly snow showers occurs, precipitation looks to largely taper on off here. And then we see skies partially clear on out near and after midnight into tomorrow morning. Coating to an inch or two of new snow from 7 a.m. through 11 p.m. today. Syracuse, Cazenovia, Hamilton. Little to no snow, of course, where we see mainly rain out toward the Finger Lakes. 2 to 5 inches of snow east of Lake Ontario. A light glaze of ice also possible close to east of Syracuse, but the higher ice accumulation is going to be found right along the south shore of Lake Ontario for today. So does points west, for example, could find anywhere from 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch of ice. Quieter tomorrow, turning unsettled again on Friday.
Thank you, Carson. Right now it is 5:15. We're looking.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Time right now just over to 5:24. We've got some areas of dense fog to deal with across central New York this morning. Make sure you take it slow in your travels. Look at this, down at 2 miles of visibility in Hamilton, half mile of visibility in Cortland, quarter of a mile of visibility right now in Norwich, for example. Fog alerts, we've got those. Dense fog advisories posted until just around or after sunrise this morning. So again, use caution out there on the roads. That fog is thick in spots this morning. In terms of the radar picture, we're starting to find some precipitation rolling in, some light rain, some mist, some drizzle, even a little bit of freezing drizzle just south of Syracuse. At this point, could find a mix of precipitation types at times today, especially this morning here in Syracuse, points south and east, going over to mainly rain, staying mainly rain south and west of Syracuse out toward the Finger Lakes, mainly snow to the north and east.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. It is 5:30. Rachel Polanski here with you. We will get more on those harder headlines in just a moment. But first, we are in Storm Team Alert, and we've got Carson Metcalf here to break it all down for us this morning. Hey, Carson.
Hey there, Rachel. Good morning to you. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Yeah, we'll start here with issue number 1 for today. That's going to be some areas of dense fog, really across much of central New York. Take a look at some of the visibility numbers. Still around a half a mile of visibility in Cortland, quarter mile over in Norwich. Make sure you take it slow. Give yourself a few extra minutes to reach your destination this morning. Dense fog advisories posted until near or just after sunrise this morning across central New York. On top of that, we've also got a mixed bag of precipitation rolling in, location dependent here. That's really a temperature factor here of what type of precipitation you're going to see as we head through today. Some light rain and even a little bit of freezing drizzle rolling in near and south of Syracuse right now. More precipitation where that came from back to the west. The steadier the precipitation, the more widespread precip getting set to roll in, I'd say, later this morning into this afternoon. Temperatures in the 30s across the board right now. That'll remain the case for today. A little bit of rain, snow, icy mix, especially this morning here in Syracuse, down in Cazenovia, Hamilton, Norwich, Oneonta. Likely going over to some rain before switching to snow by the evening. Mainly rain, though, as we head through today, south and west of Syracuse, out toward the Finger Lakes, Ithaca, Cortland. Mainly snow. Could see 2 to 5 inches of accumulation today into tonight. North and east of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario. On top of all that, we've got a 1/10 to 1/4, maybe 1/3 of an inch of ice along the south shore of Lake Ontario, near and west of Sodus. Could see some very tricky travel conditions there with more persistent freezing rain heading through today. Much more on all this widespread precipitation with a look at the timecast hour by hour coming up for you in just a bit. Rachel.
Thank you, Carson. Let's take you back to Boonville now, and that
Oh, what turn the weather might take. Whether you're planning for a drive through one of our central New York winter storms, doing your best to beat the summer heat, or simply getting ahead for the weekend, Eyewitness Weather and the CNY homepage app have the tools and the talent you need to stay informed. Eyewitness Weather, local weather that matters.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
42 is the time. Good Wednesday morning once again, central New York. Got some areas of dense fog to contend with across much of the area this morning. A little bit foggy here on our CAV Skynet 9 camera view over in Morrisville. We'll take you to the visibility numbers right now. You see a little bit upward trend in our visibility in Syracuse, but still reduced by quite a bit down to 3 miles. 2 miles of visibility in Hamilton, 0 visibility right now in Norwich. So bottom line, make sure you take it easy out on the roads over the next few hours. Dense fog advisories, by the way, posted across central New York until around and just after sunrise this morning. We go from those visibility numbers over to the temperatures. 30s across the board. Some of our coldest locations north and east of Syracuse. 30 in Redfield and Woodgate right now. 31 in Camden. Those spots likely to see mainly just some snow as our widespread precipitation rolls in today. Kind of a mix of precipitation close to south and east of Syracuse, and then mainly rain off to the south and west. west. Look at Burdett already at 37 degrees this morning. Anticipating a high around 36 in Syracuse for today, but those temperatures trend upward a little bit here, back close to 40 for both Thursday and Friday, mid-30s Saturday. A cooling trend then taking place here as we head into next week. We'll talk more about that in the 7-day in just a moment. Radar pictures starting to show a little bit of precipitation rolling on in, mainly near and west of Syracuse in the form of some rain, but notice some spots where we just showed you that are at the freezing point here just south of Syracuse. Not only a little rain, but a little bit of freezing rain, freezing drizzle showing up in the pink there on the radar picture right now. Precipitation going to mainly be just scattered, coming in a couple bands as we head through this morning. It becomes more widespread, more persistent, though, as that more wide area of precipitation, that swath moving into Buffalo, rolls in toward the midday and our afternoon. So by 7 o'clock this morning, a little bit of rain, light freezing rain as well, near and south of Syracuse. Just north of the Thruway, though, up toward the lake shore, just east of Sodus and portions of northern Cayuga County, southwestern Oswego County. A little bit of snow potentially developing already by 7 o'clock. We go over from that chance of a little wintry mix of precipitation close to and south and east of Syracuse to mainly just some rain. Could find a few snowflakes mixing in here in Syracuse by noon. Mainly rain as well through much of this Wednesday here south and west of Syracuse toward the Finger Lakes. Freezing rain may persist a little bit here toward the south shore of Lake Ontario, but it's mainly snow north of the Thruway east of Lake Ontario. Snow continues in those same spots north of Syracuse through about 5 p.m. Rain near and south and west of Syracuse. Some freezing rain along the Lake Ontario shoreline. Watch out for some very slick, messy travel in those spots. Northern Cayuga counties as well. Eventually, though, as colder air starts to roll in, the trend is going to be toward mainly snow showers as precipitation starts to taper off just about altogether near and after midnight. Tonight, skies then partially clear into early tomorrow morning. In terms of new snowfall amounts from 7 this morning through 11 this evening, south and west of Syracuse, again, mainly just rain, so no snow accumulation there. But here in Syracuse, Cazenovia, Hamilton, back toward Cato, even Sodus could find coating to an inch or two of new snow today, where it's mainly snow east of the lake up toward Oswego, Pulaski out toward Rome, Forestport, talking about 2 to 5 inches of accumulation there. A light glaze of ice, not totally being ruled out here near and south and east of Syracuse this morning, but more in the way of ice accumulation again right along the south shore of Lake Ontario, northern Cayuga, but especially Wayne County. There are spots like Sodus could pick up a tenth to a quarter, maybe a third of an inch of ice, some more significant ice accumulations there. Quiet conditions as we head through the day tomorrow, and then our next system rolls in, could bring us a wintry mix of precipitation to start the day on Friday, going over to mainly rain. The high in Syracuse Friday, 41 degrees, back into the 30s over the weekend.
In today's Tech Bites, YouTube addresses
ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning and welcome in. It is 6 o'clock. You got Rachel and Carson with you. Ryan and Kate are off for the rest of the week. It is Wednesday, February 18th. And foggy start this morning.
Yeah, very dense fog out there this morning, Rachel. We'll show you the visibility numbers first. Take a look at this. We've got near zero visibility across parts of central New York. You can see close to a kind of foreground picture here on Tower Cam downtown, but a different story toward spots like Norwich, for example. Quarter-mile of visibility there, down to half-mile in Cortland. Continuing to slowly but surely improve, though, up to 4 miles of visibility here in Syracuse. Bottom line, though, make sure you just give yourself a few extra minutes to reach your destination this morning. You will likely need it. Those dense fog advisories posted until around or just after sunrise this morning across central New York. That's weather issue number 1 for today. Weather issue number 2 of 2 going to be that wide swath of precipitation rolling in. Multiple precipitation types for today. A little bit of rain, even some light freezing rain in the pink there on the radar picture starting to develop, but that wider swath of precipitation now just starting to roll into western New York and Buffalo, for example. Mainly rain out that way right now, but we're going to see a wide variety of precipitation types in central New York heading through the day. Temperatures in the 30s across the board. That'll likely remain the case, although some spots across the southern Finger Lakes may get close to 40 today. Those warmest spots south and west of Syracuse, meaning mainly just rain for the Finger Lakes, Ithaca, and Cortland. Kind of a mix of precipitation, Syracuse, Cazenovia, Hamilton, Norwich, Oneonta, but mainly snow north and east of Syracuse, up east of Lake Ontario in particular, where we could see some more significant ice accumulation, though. Those spots along the south shore of Lake Ontario, a tenth to a third of an inch ice near Sodus points west back toward Rochester. Could even be finding a few power outages and very slick travel in those spots. So a lot to break down. We'll show you the timecast hour by hour coming up here in just a little bit.
I'm not sure.
And the CNY homepage app have the tools and the talent you need to stay informed. Eyewitness Weather, local weather that matters.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Wednesday morning, Central New York coming up on 6:11 right now. A foggy start across much of the region, including here in Morrisville. Looking live there using our CAVV Skynet 9 camera. As I've been reminding you all morning, make sure you take it slow out there. Give yourself a few extra minutes to reach your destination. That fog is locally thick. Take a look. 2 miles of visibility close by in Hamilton, down to a quarter mile of visibility in Norwich, half mile in Cortland. You get the picture. That fog is something we're going to have to deal with this morning. Dense fog advisories across Central New York through sunrise or just thereafter. So take it slow. Be safe on the roads early this Wednesday. Temperature-wise right now, 30s across much of Central New York here on the New York State Mesonet reporting sites. Even one area, though, in the upper 20s, 29 right now in Woodgate, 31 in Camden, 30 in Redfield, 32 degrees Tully over towards Scipio Center, Groton, Cincinnatus, Morrisville, as well as Sherburne. So as we start to find a little bit of precipitation, mainly in the form of rain rolling in, could be a little freezing rain south of Syracuse over the next hour or two, with those temperatures hovering around 32. The high 36 in Syracuse today, close to 40 though for Thursday and Friday, back in the 30s Saturday, turning even colder though as we head through next week. We'll show you the 7-day in just a few moments. Notice some rain showers already starting to approach here close to Syracuse. A little bit of pink showing up south and east of Syracuse. That indicates a little bit of freezing drizzle. Mainly scattered precipitation right now, starting as a little rain or light freezing rain, so watch out for a couple slick spots on the roads this morning. More widespread precipitation just getting set to roll into Buffalo, courtesy of this next weather system that's going to keep us really active here in terms of the weather forecast for today. So as I mentioned, by 7 a.m., top of the hour, a little bit of light rain or freezing rain here near and south of Syracuse. As we progress through the morning, precipitation starts to become more widespread. Here in Syracuse, mainly just seeing some rain with temperatures just above freezing by lunchtime. Definitely just seeing mainly rain south and west of Syracuse toward the Finger Lakes, and even mainly rain by that point down toward Cazenovia, as well as Cortland and Norwich. A little bit of freezing rain could persist here close to the south shore of Lake Ontario, particularly Wayne County near Sodas, points west, back toward Rochester, but it's mainly snow. Most persistent, I should say, midday into the afternoon. Could be moderate snow at times north of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario. Still some rain close to the evening commute time near and south of Syracuse, transitioning quickly over to some snow showers as temperatures drop, but that precipitation expected to taper off just about altogether here as we get close to midnight tonight. Then skies partially clear and much quieter conditions are expected heading through tomorrow. So with mainly rain, obviously little to no snow accumulation expected toward the Finger Lakes for today. But here in Syracuse, Cazenovia, Hamilton, as we make that transition over to snow later today into this evening, coding to an inch or two of accumulation possible there. More in the way of snow shower accumulation here. 2 to 4, as much as 5 inches of snow north of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario. And by the way, while a light glaze of ice can't totally be ruled out close to south and east of Syracuse, more in the way of ice accumulation, likely 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, maybe locally up to 1/3 of an inch of ice there, keeping things quite slick near and west of Sodas, Wayne County, out toward the Rochester area as well. Quieter conditions, clouds, a little bit of sunshine, highs close to the 40-degree mark as we take you through the day tomorrow. Still close to 40, again, mainly just rain, but could start as a little wintry mix. A similar system rolls in for Friday. Temperatures drop back into the 30s over the weekend and into Monday, back in the 20s, Rachel. Kind of back to reality, right, by Tuesday.
Well, do you remember last year on St. Patrick's for the parade? It was like 70.
It was, yeah. It was very warm.
It was very warm. It was a perfect time for a shamrock shake.
Yes, I
How
love
about that?
Cheers.
Cheers. McDonald's so kind to bring us some shamrock shakes today. We are less than 1 month away from St. Patrick's Day now. And an iconic sweet treat, of course, is the Shamrock Shake. So for our question of the day, we are asking, how tall was the world's largest Shamrock Shake?
Was it 15 feet, 24 feet?
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Time right now just over to 6:25. We've got areas of reduced visibility because of some locally dense fog across Central New York. 4 miles of visibility in Syracuse. Travel over to Skinny Atlas becomes a 1/4 mile visibility. Same deal in Penn Yan. 3/4 of a mile over in Hamilton and Cortland. 1/2 mile in Norwich. Bottom line, take it slow this morning. Dense fog advisories posted through sunrise or just thereafter here across Central New York and parts of northern northern New York heading through the next hour or two. That's weather issue number 1 for today. Weather issue number 2, this precipitation that's starting to roll in right now, mainly in the form of just a few light rain showers, but a little bit of light freezing drizzle possible right now south and east of Syracuse. And here's the setup for today. A little rain, a little snow, at times a wintry mix near Syracuse down to Cazenovia, Hamilton, and Norwich to the south and west of Syracuse, dealing with mainly rain to the north and east, mainly snow. Could pick up 2 to 5 inches of snow today through this evening, north and east of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario, but we're most concerned about some treacherous travel conditions. That's going to be along the south shore of Lake Ontario, parts of northern Cayuga, especially over to Wayne counties, points west from there toward Rochester. Could pick up a 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch of ice out that way for today. Snow showers. We actually transition mainly to snow, Rachel, this evening before precipitation tapers off by around midnight.
Well, thinking about snow, you might be thinking about a milkshake.
That's right.
I don't know. Some people drink iced coffee year-round.
Right.
Like, that's a thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, if you're thinking about milkshakes, how about this? Oh, Carson doing some work on his.
Yes.
I see. We are less than 1 month away from St. Patrick's Day, so of course...
First, with Eyewitness News.
It's going to be a cold morning out there. The wind is blowing the snow around, creating very reduced visibility.
Will temperatures drop overnight? You have to wake up early to shovel out your driveway? Be prepared for tomorrow before you even set your alarm. Get your forecast first, only on Eyewitness News.
A possible explosion inside this building.
Investigators say several members of the Boonville Fire Department and the pastor went into the basement to find the source when the building exploded. That blast so powerful, one firefighter was thrown against the wall.
12 Life Church. For an explosion that occurred inside the building, multiple injuries.
New York State Police described the damage as catastrophic, with most of the church destroyed. And thank you so much for joining us. It is 6:30. Rachel Polinsky here with you. We will get to all of your headlines in just a moment, but first, we are in Storm Team Alert. Carson Metcalf is here to break down a foggy start to the morning. Hey, Carson.
That's right, Rachel. Good Wednesday morning to you. Let's take you right to the visibility numbers. You see dense fog going to be an issue across central New York for your early morning commute. 4 miles of visibility here in Syracuse, but you travel just over to Skinny Atlas, down to 1/4 of a mile of visibility there. Same deal in Penn Yan, 3/4 of a mile of visibility at this hour in Cortland. We've got those dense fog advisories remaining in effect here over the next hour and a half or so, or a half hour to hour and a half, depending on your exact location here in central New York, also for Jefferson and Lewis counties as well. Temperature-wise right now, 30s across the board here of the New York State Mesonet reporting sites. In terms of the radar pictures, some of that precipitation from our next storm system starts to roll in. Mainly just some light rain, a little bit of drizzle, a little mist here and there, but we could see a little bit of freezing, patchy freezing drizzle at that south and east of Syracuse, where you're seeing the pink showing up just southeast of Cazenovia. And eventually, that precipitation will expand in both coverage and to some extent intensity as well. Heading through the day, we've got mainly rain falling today south and west of Syracuse out toward the Finger Lakes to Ithaca and Cortland. Mainly snow, 2 to 5 inches of which could fall north and east of Syracuse, and kind of in the middle with that mixed bag here in Syracuse down toward Cazenovia, Hamilton, Norwich, and Oneonta, where we're most concerned about some treacherous, dangerous travel conditions today. That is going to be up toward spots like Sodus, parts of Wayne County, even extending over to northern Cayuga County and back to the west toward Rochester, where 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, even locally up to 3/10 of an inch of ice could fall as we head through today into this evening. So a wide variety of precipitation types. We'll break that all down for you hour by hour with the timecast and have that full 7-day forecast as well coming up for you in just a bit. Rachel.
Let's take you back to Boonville now and that devastating church explosion.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
6:42 on this rather foggy for many of us Wednesday morning. Live look outside from the port city of Oswego. Can't see much right now on our CAVV Skynet 9 camera there. Visibility being greatly reduced, not only up toward Oswego, but across much of central New York this morning. Down to a half mile of visibility still over in Hamilton. 3/4 of a mile of visibility in Norwich, up to 2 miles of visibility in Cortland. Any way you slice it, you want to make sure you take it slow this morning. Perhaps give yourself a couple extra minutes to reach your destination with dense fog advisories remaining in effect at this hour. We go from that to the temperatures in the 30s across the New York State Mesonet reporting sites here in central New York. 34 in Fayetteville, 33 up in Central Square, right around 30 degrees in some of our colder spots like Woodgate and Redfield, for example, right at the freezing mark, 32 up in Oswego. Anticipating a high around 36 here in Syracuse for today, a little bit milder where we expect mainly just some rain showers south and west of Syracuse. Spots like Ithaca, for example, could be around 40 heading through this afternoon. Closer to 40 here in Syracuse for Thursday and Friday, back in the 30s on Saturday, and turning even colder from there, it looks like, gradually heading into next week. We'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up here in just a couple moments, as we usually do. First things first, though, we go to the radar picture and already starting to find at least a little bit of precipitation, a little mist and drizzle along with that fog out there this morning. Perhaps a little bit of freezing drizzle, patchy freezing drizzle south and east of Syracuse right now. Patchy precipitation for now, giving way to more widespread precipitation. It looks like some of that already starting to roll in to western New York. That should arrive here in Syracuse and across the rest of central New York heading into the midday and the afternoon. Let's take you through the timecast hour by hour and show you what to expect. By the top of the hour, a timecast doing a pretty good job. A little bit of light rain, some light freezing rain, not out of the question either. So watch out. Not only are we contending with that fog, but some slick spots potentially out there as well, especially near and south of Syracuse early this morning. A little bit of wintry mixed precipitation close to Syracuse and in those spots south and east, going over to mainly rain here by lunchtime, staying mainly rain out toward the Finger Lakes with some freezing rain along the south shore of Lake Ontario and some snow near and north of the Thruway. Snow persists east of Lake Ontario, north and east of Syracuse, heading through much of the day. Some rain showers to the south and west, more in the way of freezing rain, some treacherous, icy travel conditions possible across portions of northern Cayuga and Wayne counties, even into late this afternoon. Watch what happens. The precipitation type becomes mainly snow as that precipitation gradually winds on down, drying out considerably here by around midnight tonight. Some partial clearing of those skies thereafter late tonight into early tomorrow morning. In terms of new snowfall amounts for today, Syracuse points south and east mainly into this evening. Portions of Madison County as well could find a coating to an inch or two of snow there, but where snow persists the longest, of course, north of Syracuse up east of Lake Ontario, 2 to 5 inches of accumulation possible there. A light glaze of ice cannot totally be ruled out today near and south and east of Syracuse, but in particular talking about portions of northern Cayuga and Wayne counties, up to 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulation possible there heading through today. Watch out again for some slick travel there. Quiet conditions tomorrow, but then our next system not too far away. By the time we get into the day on Friday, we got some wintry mixed precipitation getting set to start the day, and then mainly rain here in Syracuse during much of the day Friday. Temperatures close to 40 degrees, then dropping back into the 30s as we head through the upcoming weekend.
Okay, well, we are less than 1 month away from St. Patrick's Day, so McDonald's brought us some props. We got our Shamrock
Love it.
Shakes. Doing
Mine's
some work
almost gone.
there. I've been trying to hold it as a prop. And also, it is a little sweet for me.
Okay, that's
this early.
fair.
But it is good.
I need the sugar. Got to
Yeah.
stay awake somehow, right?
That is true. That is true. For me, it's coffee, but
There you go.
some fog and maybe some snow.
That's right, Rachel. Thanks very much. 6:56 right now. We'll start with that weather issue number 1 for the day. We've been calling it that area, those areas of dense fog. Take a look at the visibility numbers here. Oh, down to a mile in Sodus, 2 miles of visibility in Cortland, 3/4 of a mile of visibility in Norwich. Bottom line, take it slow out there. Give yourself a few extra minutes to reach your destination early this Wednesday morning. That's just issue number 1 in the forecast. Issue number 2, already starting to find some of that precipitation from our next weather system rolling on in the form of some light mist drizzles, light showers, even a little bit of patchy freezing drizzle potentially south and east of Syracuse right now. Precipitation types for today are as follows. Mainly snow, or 2 to 5 inches of accumulation could stack up through this evening, north and east of Syracuse, east of Lake Ontario, to the south and west, down toward the Finger Lakes, Ithaca, and Cortland. Mainly just seeing rain with kind of a mix of precipitation at times in between, including here in Syracuse. Could find 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch of ice where freezing rain persists a little bit longer today. Rachel, along the south shore of Lake Ontario. Take it slow, keep it here. We'll keep you posted throughout the day.
Okay, and don't forget to download WSYR Plus. The morning news at 7 a.m. starts in just about 2.5 minutes. See you there.